Welcome to Howard Brown Barber and Beauty Institute. Today, we are doing the review for The Healthy Professional. Let's begin. Healthy professionals should do all of the following except maintain a strong, healthy body so as to directly impact the health of their practice, avoid taking a sick day at all costs and whenever possible, avoid work-related injuries through care and ergonomics, intake proper daily nutrients needed by the body to benefit both themselves and their clients. If you chose B, avoid taking a sick day at all costs and whenever possible, you are correct. Beauty and wellness professionals who are working while pregnant should be aware of the unique challenges presented by their pregnancies. For reasons other than safety, to ensure their client's safety, to ensure their own safety, to ensure the safety of themselves and their clients. If you chose D, to ensure the safety of themselves and their clients, you are correct. All beauty and wellness professionals should know that to take a sick day when they feel ill is an important responsibility regarding their coworkers and their clients, their coworkers, themselves. If you chose A, their coworkers and their clients, you are correct. Which of the following are all bodily functions, including the building of tissues directly related to exercise, nutrition, work, attitude? If you chose B, nutrition, you are correct. Which of the following is defined by the processes involved in taking in nutrients and assimilating and utilizing them? Dieting, nutrition, work, exercise. If you chose B, nutrition, you are correct. Blank are essential for building muscle and blood tissues and for repairing and replacing cells. Carbohydrates, proteins, minerals, fats. If you chose B, proteins, you are correct. Blank make up 50 to 70% of the body's weight and is necessary for virtually every function of the cells and body. Minerals, fat, protein, water. If you chose D, water, you are correct. The USDA lists 5 basic food groups in the My Plate program. Blank is not one of them. Fruits, protein foods, water, grains. If you chose C, water, you are correct. The USDA considers blank a protein food in their My Plate program. Milk, wheat bread, bananas, eggs. If you chose D, eggs, you are correct. To assist people with achieving a balanced diet, the USDA and the United States Department of Health and Human Services establishes guidelines. Among these guidelines is to select a diet that is low in saturated fat, select a diet that is high in sodium, select a diet that is low in grain products, select a diet that is high in sugars. If you chose A, select a diet that is low in saturated fat, you are correct. All except which of the following vitamins has significant effects on the skin? Vitamin A, Vitamin C, Vitamin D, Vitamin B. If you chose D, Vitamin B, you are correct. Blank are the nutrients needed for energy to run every function within the body. Vitamins, proteins, carbohydrates, fats. If you chose C, carbohydrates, you are correct. At any given time, approximately blank of Americans are dehydrated. 75%, 5%, 25%, 50%. If you chose A, 75%, you are correct. Blank is the number one cause of daytime fatigue. Lack of water, lack of vitamins, lack of protein, lack of minerals. If you chose A, lack of water, you are correct. Which of the following makes the amount of water needed by individuals vary so much? The individual's body weight, the season, the time of day, the individual's age. If you chose A, the individual's body weight, you are correct. The human body requires approximately blank of fluid each day. 2 pints, 2 cups, 2 gallons, 2 liters. If you chose D, 2 liters, you are correct. According to the formula in the text, a 192-pound person needs how many 8-ounce glasses of water per day for maximum physical health? 8, 6, 10, 12. If you chose D, 12, you are correct. Which of the following is true of daily water intake? As with other healthy habits, moderation is the best choice. Water consumption should be kept to a minimum. You can never drink too much water. Food intake provides a trivial amount of daily water. If you chose A, as with other healthy habits, moderation is the best choice, you are correct. If an average-sized adult engages in intense aerobic and sporting activities every day, What should this person also do? Subtract 10 glasses of water from their daily intake. Add 10 extra glasses of water to their daily intake. Subtract 2 glasses of water from their daily intake. Add 2 extra glasses of water to their daily intake. If you chose D, add 2 extra glasses of water to their daily intake, you are correct. Which of the following is the human body's way of resisting and destroying pathogens and responding to infections? Safety, immunity, toxicity, tolerance. If you chose B, immunity, you are correct. Immunity against disease is a sign of good health and can be either natural or toxic, acquired, unnatural, enhanced. If you chose B, acquired, you are correct. If you have received a vaccination for chickenpox, your immunity to chickenpox is said to be acquired, enhanced, toxic, natural. If you chose A, acquired, you are correct. The 3 most important factors that play a part in the health of the immune system include all except which of the following? Not smoking, proper nutrition, adequate sleep, avoid exposure to cold temperatures. If you chose D, avoid exposure to cold temperatures, you are correct. Antibiotics only work against bacterial infections, are the cure for all diseases, should only be used against viruses, should be used liberally. If you chose A, only work against bacterial infections, you are correct. If a client tells you that they are on antibiotics or are experiencing skin sensitivity, you should patch test any chemicals prior to a service, refuse to see them on that day, politely ask them if they'd consider seeing another professional, show them sympathy, but otherwise proceed as usual. If you chose A, patch test any chemicals prior to a service, you are correct. As a beauty and wellness professional, when you are feeling sick or under the weather, it is best to exaggerate your symptoms to your manager so that they don't fire you. Use your best judgment to determine whether or not you are healthy enough to work. Always call out sick, no matter how minor the symptoms are or how strong you can be. Always report to work, no matter how sick you are and no matter what illness you have. If you chose B, use your best judgment to determine whether or not you are healthy enough to work. You are correct. If you are experiencing blank, it might be okay for you to report to work. Diarrhea, but no other symptoms. A high fever, but no other symptoms. Minor cold symptoms. vomiting, and nausea, but have no other symptoms. If you chose C, minor cold symptoms, you are correct. If you do decide to go to work when you are feeling under the weather or slightly sick, you should not shake hands with others, sneeze into your elbow, wash your hands, increase your fluid intake. If you chose A, shake hands with others, you are correct. Which of the following is the best advice when you are feeling sick or under the weather? Avoid shaking hands with clients. Stay home until you are well. Wear a protective mask. Sneeze into your elbow. If you chose B, stay home until you are well, you are correct. Which of the following are best defined as hypersensitivity disorders of the immune system? Allergies, infections, bacteria, viruses. If you chose A, allergies, you are correct. The best method of prevention for many of the bone and joint pains associated with being a beauty and wellness professional is allergy prevention, elbow sneezing, proper ergonomics, adequate hydration. If you chose C, proper ergonomics, you are correct. If you are one who works long hours standing in one place, it is probably best to avoid proper ergonomics, flip-flops or sandals, maintaining a healthy lifestyle, compression hose or stockings. If you chose B, flip-flops or sandals, you are correct. Which of the following is not part of maintaining a more stress-free standing posture? Shorten your neck, hold your shoulders level and relaxed, stand with your spine straight, hold your chin parallel to the floor. If you chose A, shorten your neck, you are correct. Which of the following is the best way to help yourself sit in a balanced position? Rest the weight of your torso on the end of your spine. Keep your knees locked and straight. Keep your hips tilted either forward or backward. Keep the seat of the chair even with your knees. If you chose D, keep the seat of the chair even with your knees, you are correct. As a beauty and wellness professional, you are likely to be susceptible to problems of the hands, wrists, shoulders, neck, back, feet, and legs. Why is this so? Because as a beauty and wellness professional, your clientele changes regularly. Because as a beauty and wellness professional, you will often have to lift heavy and awkward objects. Because as a beauty and wellness professional, you have to stand or sit all day and perform repetitive movements. Because as a beauty and wellness professional, you are exposed to dangerous chemicals. If you chose C, because as a beauty and wellness professional, you have to stand or sit all day and perform repetitive movements, you are correct. The best defense against physical problems of the hands, wrists, shoulders, neck, back, feet, and legs is prevention, physical therapy, sick time away from work, day surgery. If you chose A, prevention, you are correct. One of the safe lifting guidelines mentioned in the chapter is to lift with the back, not the legs. Keep lifted objects a safe distance away from your body. Keep feet about shoulder width apart. Inhale when lifting. If you chose C, keep feet about shoulder width apart, you are correct. If a client tells you they are pregnant, you should ask the client not to return for any treatment until after delivering the baby, request a doctor's note of permission in order to continue services, only continue their treatments at home until delivering the baby, review the chemicals being used in the services, and allow them to read all labels. If you chose D, review the chemicals being used in the services and allow them to read all labels, you are correct. When you or your client are pregnant, you should only sit at treatment tables that are adjacent to one being disinfected. Avoid frequently washing your hands. Wear gloves during any chemical process, including cleaning. Spray products with the container held high above the waistline. If you chose C, wear gloves during any chemical process, including cleaning, you are correct. This concludes this lesson. Make sure that you like the video and subscribe to the channel. If you would like more information about our school, please join our community at howardbrownonline.com. Howard Brown, where learning never stops.